PACT Act was 86-11. All 11 of the nays were Republicans. Senator James Lankford from Oklahoma was one of those nays, and he joins us now to explain why. And, sir, good to have you back on. Why say no to this bill?
Yeah, good to see you again. You are exactly correct. It's really good to be able to take care of those that are exposed to toxic burn pits. And for Agent Orange from Vietnam,
sure.
that care is already happening for many of those veterans. There is a group that's still outside of that wanted to be able to get access to it. We 100% agreed to that. But the Democrats, when they were working through the Veterans Committee, decided to take this and say, we're not going to negotiate with the Republicans, and we have a few things we want to do. We want to cut out choice, to eliminate choice for our veterans on what hospital they would go to, what doctor they would go to. They did not increase the capacity at VA centers, so it's going to put a very long waiting line for veterans that are already in a long line in our VA centers. And one last piece, as Pat Toomey just said, they want to sneak in an additional $400 billion in funding that's non-VA related, and just to be able to slip that in as well. So yes, there were 11 of us that complained about it vehemently and said we want our veterans to have choice of where they go to get health care. We want them to not have to stand in line. We want them to actually, when they get to a VA center, be able to get to it. And we don't want $400 billion in things that are not related to burn pits and to our victims of this Agent Orange. So we thought that was entirely reasonable and fought all the way to the end to be able to get that. Quite frankly, many veterans that I talked to said, hey, I want to take care of the burn pits, but I also want my country to not have $400 billion in more debt. And so even a lot of veterans that I talked to were very conflicted in this.
It's exploitative, and it's exactly what people have come to expect from government. It's why people despise government so much in this country. And I don't know if you know this number, but the total cost of the bill, now, I mean, you say there's $400 billion in potential additional spending from the CBO. What should, if this had just been a simple bill to help veterans the right way, how much cheaper would it have been if it had been done right?
If this would have been about burn pits and about Agent Orange and taking care of those folks, this would be somewhere around $14 to $20 billion. So that just gives you a perspective of the giant difference in this bill in the size of what it should be and what it actually was at the end.
It's so typical, and it's just so disgusting. And it hasn't been. I actually want to play something here from Senator Rand Paul, who got on the Senate floor earlier this week. He had a very interesting take on this. A lot of the times he upsets the libs because he doesn't, virtue signal and speak the way they'd like to hear. He gives people the straight dope, and a lot of times people can't take the straight dope. Here is Rand Paul on this bill.
We must take care of our veterans and keep our country strong. This bill puts our economy, though, at risk by creating presumptions of service connection for the most common of ailments. For example, this legislation creates a presumption of service connection for Vietnam veterans for hypertension. But according to the CDC, 50% of men and 44% of women in the United States have hypertension. This bill would cost hundreds of billions of dollars at a time when the national debt is climbing over $30 trillion and inflation is at a 40-year high.
So Rand Paul is always the reality check that nobody wants to hear, right? The common sense reality check. He's kind of the buzzkill for people that just want to throw money around and act like there's no consequences for it. He made a great point there, and he caught a lot of hell for those statements. And was he wrong about any of that?
No, and here's what's interesting. I had a veteran I talked to on Monday before the vote that called me and said, hey, tell me the background on this. I'm hearing all the news pieces on this from the mainstream media, and they're saying all these things. What is this about the presumptions and everything else? And I told him things like what Rand Paul just said there. If you have hypertension, that's now presumed to be service-related. That's never been just presumed to be service-related. There's no question there are some that have hypertension that are service-related. But the vast majority of Americans, especially when they're older, have hypertension. You can't just automatically assume that was from the 2 years that I served in the military 40 years ago is where that came from. Because of that presumption that's there, with no other medical evidence or anything on it, that is going to dramatically increase the cost of this bill. This veteran said to me, I have actual pain and actual wounds from fighting in combat, and I have to go through all the system to be able to get recognized for that. You're telling me someone that served 2 years, 40 years ago, but then ate French fries and hot dogs all the way through their life, and now they have hypertension. They're going to get more benefits than me now. And I said, it could very well be so. And so that's the challenge of this, even among veterans organizations, that everyone wants to make sure veterans get everything they deserve and that we honor those veterans. I have all kinds of veterans bills that I've worked on and lots of different veterans issues that I work on and will continue to be able to work on. But we've got to be able to make sure we're honoring all veterans, those who are in the system, those that are retiring, those that have presumed illnesses that we know are service related, and those that also have a lesser score on it but have a greater pain.
Yeah. And you have all of these critics out there screaming that you 11, that you, sir, are anti-veteran, and then nobody puts any thought into any of it. It's ridiculous. And what you actually did is trying to bring some kind of accountability into government so that we don't have bills like this, because the way we do things in Washington is just outrageous. We thank you so much for coming on to explain your nay vote.